Actually calculating standard deviation is difficult, not going to lie. There's several steps. You can see 6 steps involved in finding the standard deviation. We're going to walk through the steps. If you'd like to just watch and pay attention, you're welcome to do that. Or if you're interested in actually doing the math with me, grab a calculator. The key thing to remember is what we're doing is we're finding the average distance of all of the points from the mean. So it's an average distance. So we're going to be looking for distances. In mathematics, we call those deviations. In our example here, it says to find the standard deviation for the scores of 2 teams competing in a science bowl. The mean of both teams is 81.5. So they've already given us the most important information we need, and that is the mean. So we're not going to have to calculate that ourselves. Step 1 is done. We can check it off. Find the mean of the data. Step 2, find the deviations of the data. We're going to take every single value in that list, all 10 of them, and subtract the mean from them. That means we could end up with some negative numbers. If we take 72 and subtract 81.5, we get negative 9.5. And then 76 minus 81.5 would be negative 5.5, and so on. So I'm just going to take every number in that data set and subtract 81.5. Go ahead and try it on your own, but I'm going to fill in the list. Here are the 10 deviations you should have. Check your answers against mine, or if you were waiting to see the results, pause the video and copy them down yourself. We're done with step 2. Square each deviation. So squaring, if you recall, just means to multiply a number by itself. Sometimes we say that that's x squared, which just means x times x. You probably have a square function on your calculator, but if you don't, you can just make sure to multiply the number by itself. Be careful with negatives. As you recall, when you multiply 2 negative numbers together, they create a positive number. So let's do the first couple together. Negative 9.5 times negative 9.5 would be 90.25. Then negative 5.5 times negative 5.5 would be positive 30.25. Try filling in the rest of the numbers on your own, and I'll fill them in and show you the results in just one moment. Here are the remaining numbers for this data set, the deviations squared. Check your answers against mine, or copy down the results if you chose not to do it on your own. Step 3 is complete. Step 4, in my opinion, is maybe the most tricky. Even though we're just going to add those values together, there's a high probability of typing something into your calculator incorrectly. So be very careful. You're going to add all 10 of those values from step 3 together. Go ahead and give it a shot on your own. If you added them correctly, you should get a sum of 214.5. Now, if you did not get that, don't worry. That was a lot of numbers to add up, and I'm going to show you some shortcuts later on. The last couple steps, this is where we can bring it home. The first thing we need to find out is what n minus 1 is. N is the count of values. In this set, n was equal to 10. So n minus 1 would equal 9. We're going to divide that previous value, 214.5, by 9. And just round it to the nearest 2 decimal places, hundredths. That's 23.83. Step 5 is completed. The final step is to take the square root of the value we just found, 23.83, and you'll need to find the square root function on your calculator. This gives us 4.88. That would be the approximation of our standard deviation. That's the number we were looking for. Yes, I know it's a lot of steps, but don't worry, I'm not going to make you do all of those steps during a test. I just want to see if you understand where they come from. If you're up for a challenge, go ahead and try to find the standard deviation of team B on your own. Otherwise, I'll give you the answer in just a moment. And just so you know, you've already been given the mean of team B. It's 81.5. Both teams had the same mean. And if you're ready for the answer, this team, Team B, had a standard deviation of 15.81, approximately. If you put 0.80, I probably wouldn't mark that wrong. So then the question is, how would you compare these two teams? I'd compare these two teams by saying, while they both had the same mean, we can see that Team B's values were much more spread apart and had much more variety away from the mean than Team A had. So Team A scores more consistent, more close to the mean.